Good evening, happy Life Day, and welcome to Last Call, where the Corellian brandy flows and the fandom grows. Although Netter insists that this stream may cause the fandom to shrink. We'll see. I will admit it might help if you front-load that brandy, however. Anyway, friend of the channel Fanzine was supposed to be the guest bartender tonight, but he had a scheduling conflict. Maybe, but I think he might have found out what he was getting into and came to his senses. But the hardest working blue wrench in YouTube deleted scenes is here, as is Aged Boomer and, begrudgingly, Netter of Netter's Network. All their links are below. Please subscribe. If this stream doesn't earn it, I don't know what else they could do. So let's get Chewbacca home for Life Day. Top off your glasses, shoot them down and refill them, then strap in while I engage the hyperdrive. We'll be blasting off right after this. From Kenner, Star Wars Holiday Special Collection comes Mala, Itchy, Lumpy, and all 20 action figures, including the new Bloodlow, Zutmore, and more, each sold separately. And now, Akmina, Star Wars bartender, with her drink dispensing pitcher. Akmina is not yet available in stores, but you can get her free with 4 proofs of purchase from any Star Wars Holiday Special action figures. Details on specially marked packs at participating stores. Offer expires May 31st. Star Wars Holiday Special action figures, sold separately, from Kenner. Happy Life Day, everybody! Good to see you all here. I'm not even going to mess around. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the panel. Oh, wait a minute. Are we, why are you guys all muted? I want to unmute. You should not be muted.
Well, I should be.
You should be muted. All the other ones should not be.
We can mute ourselves. So
there we go. I think I accidentally muted you guys when I muted Netter. My apologies to you. How is everybody doing and what you sipping on? Let's go around. Let's start with the pretty face right over here, Netter. Well, actually, she's sitting across from me, but on the screen she's over here. Netter, what are you sipping on and how you doing?
Well, tonight I'm going to be Mala.
Mm-hmm.
And I am sipping on Diet Dr. Pepper because I've had a really hard week. I actually just got over having the flu, and just a whole bunch of icky stuff happened this week besides that. So I'm having my Diet Dr. Pepper, which is my equivalent to having a beer at the end of the week. Yeah. She that's high octane for her. I have shared in that rather rough week. And, gosh, today was probably the roughest. We were supposed to be running out to a doctor's appointment, and we didn't make it because I got a flat tire. I had to get that fixed and then just turn around and come right back. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been back in time for the stream. But anyway, putting that aside, Stephen Otten deleted scenes. Hardest working blue wrench in YouTube. How are you doing, and what are you sipping on, my friend?
I am doing pretty well. Got some iced tea here.
Iced tea. Good.
Have a new schedule at work, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of me.
Good. Well, I mean, that's good from seeing
hip,
you.
Hooray.
Yeah, hanging out with you, kind of YouTube perspective. But is that a bad thing for you as far as work life and money coming in kind of thing? Oh, okay, good.
I'm fine.
All right, well then, all around congratulations then.
Reverting back to the original schedule that I was originally hired to do in the first place.
Oh, okay. I see.
Else in the department, so
I see how that goes. Okay, well that's fair. That's fair then. And Chef Gourmanda of the Four Arms, Aged Boomer, how are you doing and what you sipping on?
All right, so I came prepared tonight. I got myself a bottle of water. I got myself a Coca-Cola and some goldfish crackers. And in my hand here is a blackberry brandy. I snuck it out of the liquor cabinet. I have no idea how old this is. Does brandy go bad?
No. Well, I mean, unless it turns to vinegar or something like that, because you stored it.
I'm gonna try it.
Florida heat. I mean, you should have it in some sort of a cool place.
This is my first blackberry brandy. It could be my first brandy. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm sure I've had brandy.
There you
before.
go.
So I just down it in one gulp. Well, how do you do it?
No. Brandy is meant
It's
to be
meant
sipped. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to enjoy it.
I'm gonna try it.
I mean, unless your goal is to get drunk. I mean, that's always a laudable
one
goal.
gulp.
But yeah, in that case, one goal.
That's different.
But
Am
how
I
is it?
tasting the blackberry? I don't know. I figured I needed some libations to get through this again.
Is it sweet?
Or, yeah.
My designated driver is getting drunk. That's a
Not
that's
tonight.
a bad sign, my
Welcome
friend.
deleted scenes. You're the new designated driver. Unless that's a Long Island iced tea you got there.
Well, there's that too.
It burns the throat, warms the throat, don't it? That's why people drink it in the winter. Okay.
I should have thought of that.
Absolutely. And for those of you that want to know what I'm sipping on, you could probably tell by the pint-sized glass.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken! The Kraken!
Why is the rum always gone?
Quick Star Wars trivia. What did George Lucas call rum in the Star Wars galaxy? Anyone know?
Let me think about this.
As he's typing into Google.
I'm gonna tell off the top of my head. He called it slosh.
Not quite.
Not
Steven,
quite.
you got a guess?
None.
Okay. I'm real quick checking to see if anyone in the chat said it, but I'm not waiting. I'm going to give it to you. It's lum. L-U-M. Lum. He had this way of changing words so that they sounded alien, but you could still kind of tell what they were. Although, I'm not going to tell you what he called the type of music that the modal nodes played. That was a huge mistake, and Disney is never going to reconfirm that in canon. So you guys can Google that one on your own. This is not what I'd call a family-friendly channel, but I'd really rather not go there. Okay, thanks.
They should have taken the people who did the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and put them in charge of Star Wars.
It might have been better.
I mean, it might have been a disaster, but it would have been fun to watch.
It would have been a fun disaster, at least. You know, it would have been so good or so bad it's good kind of thing. Let me say hi to the chat. Of course, Netter's in there doing her cheerleader thing. She was in here before I got in here. That's how good she was. Not to mention... Yes, first. Not to mention, and I'm going to give her the credit for this one, just because not only that, but she helped me finish my recipes for tonight. One of them did not turn out at all. She completely remade it, and it turned out perfectly. She is awesome. She saved the stream. So you can either thank her or blame her, however you want to look at it. But first... that's not on the panel is Madanui, as almost always. Hi, Madanui. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Then there was Sir Torrin Clegane, Evelyn Hampton, Trey of Max World Entertainment. Greetings, programs. Oh, it's so awesome to see you. Add me to your live redirect list in community settings, please, sir. I don't know what that is. Let me, you know what? This is my channel. I can take a moment and do this. I guess it's, what is it? It's community settings. Community. It's not on the community tab, right? I guess I would go into customize my channels and then comments. Dashboard, maybe? No. Dashboard. I don't know where to find community. There's settings.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find
Settings under community under settings. And then he said what? Add.
Okay, he said, add me to your live redirect list.
Live redirect. Oh, I've got one of those. Okay, all channels can redirect to my content and then add user for live redirect. Specific channels. let's see. So it would be at or Oh, I guess I wouldn't have to do that. I would have to channels that I subscribe. Paste the channel URL is what I have to do. So I have to go to Max World's Entertainment, and I need to grab that. I think that's how I do it.
You can find many wonderful fan films on Max World's Entertainment sites.
Absolutely.
It's like the go-to for fan films site on YouTube.
Well, oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, and I guess I'll be adding a few others too. Well, not only have I just added you to that thing that you just said to do, Trey, I now, because of you, I understand what to do. So thank you very much for that. I will add a few other channels to that as well. David Pensack says, "Don't start the party without me." Nope, I'm running behind. Evelyn said, "Greetings, Captain." Yep. Evelyn, and well, really everyone in the chat. I in addition to this stream, I have also dropped a video on Kartan the Klingon Cleric, which I linked in my community tab on this channel. It is a eshoj, which means a good food in Klingon. It's a cooking video on how to make wasaka berry pudding. Which we will be eating tonight. Well, I will, and you can watch me eat it because I have no way to share it with you.
Sounds delicious.
I would if I could, but yeah, I at least have told you guys how to make it for yourself. Finish the rewatch just in time, Big Al. Yeah, I saw you went live, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it because I was just scrambling to get a whole bunch of stuff done. Let's see here. Sci-Fi Nation. Trey said to wait to come and raid, but I have both streams on. That's funny. That's funny. Daniel Heron, may the force be with us, everyone. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, right?
What?
May the force
Christmas
be with
Carol.
us, everyone. A Christmas Carol and the holiday special, right?
Yeah.
Keely Chow, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Joshua V, awesome to see you, my friend. Sci-Fi Nation, glad you said Disney. The only Star Wars music I know besides the Imperial March and Rebel theme is the Snoots. Okay, let's see. Just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. I think I got everyone who's made a comment recently. I'm showing 8 watching, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't think it notices you if you don't drop a note and say hi. But there we go. So I have linked up at the top. Let me double check and make sure that I've linked up at the top. Yes, I have a link at the top, not to a Kosmi link. I did not have time to get a Kosmi link put together. It is a link to another YouTube channel. So what you're going to want to do is right click on that, open up that tab, and then hit pause at the 0 mark. We'll do the 3, 2, 1 play, and we'll all hit play together. If for no other reason, what's good about that is then I can put that link into the description later, and people who want to come by, actually throughout the year, can use us as a watch along and actually watch what we're watching. It's always nice when it's on YouTube like that. Also, for those of you that know this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I mean, this is the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special for a reason, right? The version that we are watching is, let me see, what is it called? It is called the Star Wars Holiday Special Abridged, 45-minute watchable edition. This is a fan edit that I think trims down, some of the...
Carrie Fisher doesn't sing in this one?
I don't remember if Carrie Fisher sings in this one or not, but I think they cut out the Wookiee...
The Wookiee porn?
Adult entertainment. And they may not have Starship singing into the glowing pink marital aid. And yeah, I mean, these are actual things from the holiday special. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, people, and I'm not even joking about that. The creator of this show actually has admitted to doing large amounts of cocaine as he was getting this thing put together. So absolutely. Scuba Pete, good to see you, my friend. I am kind of stalling because I would like to give people a chance to get in here to watch this with us and be able to. No Wookie Nookie? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't even have any Wookie cookies or Wookie Yookies as Sandan calls them.
Did you used to eat C-3POs back in the day, the breakfast cereal?
I had a box. I may have had more than one box of it, because I wanted the toy inside and I wanted the mask and everything. And
yeah, they had masks. That's right.
It was, but you know what? All of those sugary cereals all tasted the same to me. The Batman cereal tasted like the C-3POs, tasted like so many of the others. Even, I think Captain Crunch, too, kind of tasted exactly the same. So it's like,
Listen,
you weren't buying it for the cereal, and you certainly weren't buying it for the nutritional value. Let's face it.
when I bought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal, it came with the turtles and marshmallow shapes, and it came with Ninja Nets coated with sugar. And then they took it off the market. Then years later, Spider-Man cereal came out, and it had spider webs that looked just like the turtle nets and the same marshmallow shapes, except they were supposed to be the villains of the Spider-Man cartoon that was on in the 90s. And I'm like, wait a minute, you pulled a fast one on me. It's the same cereal. You just repackaged it.
Big Al says the Mandalorian cereal was delish. I'll take your word for it, but I'm guessing it was probably the exact same cereal as C-3PO, maybe just in different shapes. I'll bet.
I remember the Ghostbusters Afterlife cereal was on the market, and it wasn't even, they put it out early, not in time for the movie, and then it wasn't there when the movie came out. I remember that.
Jedi Bill, thanks so much for coming by, my friend. It's so awesome to see you. We are, if you guys want to hang around and, you aren't just here to encourage me and say hi and run before we hit start, I can understand some people might do that. We will be watching an abridged version of the holiday special. It was how many years ago? Yesterday. It was 1970. What was it? 1977. 1977.
That's when Star Wars came out.
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I got my timeline wrong. I'm just going to read to you guys from the description that I took the time to write. Following the unexpected financial success of the cultural phenomenon of Star Wars 1977, a sequel was swiftly put into production. Negotiations began with Fox in mid-1977. The studio had already given Lucas controlling interest in the series' merchandising and sequels because it was thought Star Wars would be worthless. The contract was signed on September 21st, 1977. The filming had to begin by January 1979. Lucas began formulating ideas in August 1977, but the first draft wasn't completed until February of 1978. Subsequent drafts ensued, with the fourth on October 24th. Meanwhile, Lucas and the studio were concerned about keeping the hype and, at least for Lucas, the marketing alive. So while all pre-production work on Empire Strikes Back was happening, the idea for a holiday variety show on a shoestring budget was pitched, and somehow it happened. On November 17, 1978, Star Wars fans saw the first glimpse of a post-Star Wars, sort of, sequel, and it would turn out, the first expanded universe entry. The special is notorious for its extremely negative reception and has never been rebroadcast nor officially released on home video. But once a year, I bring it out to share with you. The version we will be watching, well, I said I was going to be simulcasting it on Kosmi, but we're going to be using a YouTube link because it got away from me. So, there you go.
This
That's the history.
this has been kind of disavowed by one George Lucas, hasn't it?
I don't care. He sold it. He sold the whole franchise. He doesn't get a say in it anymore. Seriously, you sell your children, I have no respect for you anymore. Just, I don't know what to tell you guys. I mean, he shares as much blame for the downfall of Star Wars as the people he sold it to. You know, it's but who knows what the future holds? And Big Al, 1978. Thank you. I went through a long-winded way of kind of getting that across. But let me ask the panel. Is anyone here in the panel, did you see it back in 1978? When it was on TV originally?
If I did, I don't really remember. I probably
Yes.
There's a lot of variety shows back then.
You did deleted scenes. Okay. And Netter's like, she just doesn't remember, but she
I
may.
feel like there's a story we need to hear from deleted scenes. On.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. I was a very young Star Wars fan
Of course.
who insisted that, we watched it. This is how much the to this day I cannot say it. I am not having a stroke.
Wow.
All right.
I hope not.
It was, I mean, we all did because we were expecting the movie, and we didn't get the movie. Much like now.
yeah, exactly.
And if the Disney films have done anything, they've made us appreciate the holiday special even more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The holiday
Right.
special is better than the sequel trilogy.
By comparison, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It went from being the worst thing about Star Wars to being somewhere in the middle now.
Yeah.
The thing is, Sci-Fi Nation, Netter is sharing my mic, so she just needs to speak up and lean into the mic a little bit.
Or shout.
Yeah, that's what she's got to do. But thanks for the mic check and letting her know that. I think I'm sure I must share this every year, but by the end of it, I'm usually so drunk I don't remember what I said in the stream, so I may end up repeating myself. But when I was a kid, I remember looking forward to it not just because I was a huge Star Wars fan. I absolutely was, and let's be honest. Back then, this was before the internet. We didn't have all of the, knowing what was coming. I was in the Star Wars fan club. I got the Bantha tracks, right? So I got the best news you could possibly get about the future of Star Wars. But that Empire Strikes Back sequel was forever away, if it was happening at all. We didn't know for sure, But, Evelyn said... she missed it, and so this is the first time watching. Okay, so we're going to give it to you in a kind of a bite-sized kind of a way, which is probably a better way to go. And Big Al remembers watching it at his aunt's house, who was watching him while Mom was away. Oh, your poor
Evelyn,
aunt.
escape while you can.
Yeah. No, remember, she likes movies like Reptilicus, and Sharknado and stuff like that. She should be fine.
Reptilicus.
But yeah.
Do not denigrate Reptilicus.
I've never seen
I want
it.
to see that movie.
I've never seen it. I'm afraid of it. She keeps trying to get me to watch it.
I think it's a number one hit movie.
Okay. Evelyn speaks very, very highly of it.
It's a kaiju movie. In
a way, I suppose it is. Mr. Magic
or
says
Denmark, or wherever the hell they were.
So I not only was I a big Star Wars fan and, not certain of a sequel and really excited and buying all the toys and all that kind of thing, I was also really into holiday specials in general, right? So I loved, of course, the Charlie Brown and all the Rankin Bass and, all of that kind of stuff. I went after every kind of Christmas holiday special I could find. And wow,
Really?
Star Wars being a holiday special too? Come on. you know?
Especially when you're asking for those toys for Christmas.
Well, true, exactly, right? And so yeah, I was pretty fired up about this, and I was just young enough. Let's see, 78. I would have been probably about 7 or 8 years old. So some of the more adult material kind of went over my head. I remember my dad making some jokes about the Wookiee adult mind evaporator bit that I didn't get at the time. Looking back on it, I totally get it now. But I also, like Nanette, I used to watch a lot of those variety shows, and some of them had stuff that was more fun for the kids, and some of it was more for the adults. And I'd often tune out during musical bits and whatnot.
What?
But, well, and then as I got older, you know, that Starship song is a good song. It really is. Don't like the presentation. Really don't like him singing into that purple maritalade, but, you know, I mean, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, let's be honest. But Evelyn was working 2 jobs when the show aired, so you didn't see it. And I had a buddy, he's my attorney now. He said that he had never, he saw it, but he wasn't sure because he was real sick and he had a fever. And he honestly wasn't sure if he saw a Star Wars TV show or if it was a fever dream. And because it was never repeated, it never came back on television again, he wasn't sure literally until we met in college. And we were talking about it, and I brought it up. He's like, that was a real thing? I'm like, yeah. And at the time, I had a bootleg of it that I had gotten at a convention on VHS. I've always been about owning the physical media, guys. You know, and again, this was before internet. Back when I was in college, there wasn't an internet yet. There were bulletin boards and dial-ins and stuff, but yeah. But yeah, so I showed it to him, and he's like, wow, I remember those live action scenes, yeah. The rest of it's horrible. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. If memory serves, David Pensack says, we got the holiday special before the release of Splinter in the Mind's Eye. Yes, that's why I say that the holiday special was the first piece of EU. A lot of people ascribe that
universe.
Yeah, to Splinter of the Mind's Eye, but really it was the holiday special. And you know what? Splinter of the Mind's Eye, I still insist, is a really good read. If you haven't read it, you really probably should. It's some good stuff. And I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Japer1? Greetings. Hit the like. Thank you so much. We're getting ready to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special if you want to watch along with us.
Meta Nui wants to know why it starts off with an ad for the Incredible Hulk.
Yes, it does. Okay, so as I start pivoting into hitting the play button. And again, you need to click that link at the top, right click on it, and open it in another tab so that you can still hang out with us and watch it with us. Hit pause at the 00 mark. Why does it start out with the Incredible Hulk? This is a humorous re-edit that uses footage from the first Incredible Hulk movie, the one before it was Marvel Studios. And it's paying homage to the fact that on the night that CBS originally broadcast the holiday special, it was interrupting both the Incredible Hulk and Wonder Woman. You know, the Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno Hulk and the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. Those were both shows on CBS. They were both on, I think it was a Friday night or a Thursday night. I can't remember. And it was being interrupted by the holiday special. So it gives these shows will not be presented tonight so that we can bring you the following special. And then it goes into the CBS special as we all grew up with, those of us of a certain age,
Us
remembering.
old folks.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. So let's go ahead and get right into it, huh? So again,
Well, when are you going to show off your delights?
I will as soon as we get the it's like you don't want me eating my popcorn until the movie starts. Same thing. I want to get the movie started before I start on the snacks. So okay. So right click, open another tab. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, play, and then we're gonna hit play. So I'm gonna assume that and the link is up at the top, pinned at the top. I don't know this channel. It's The Doug Time, but he's been hosting this for a very long time, and I appreciate him for it. And I even have a hard copy of this just in case it ever does go away, because I want all the versions of this horrendous holiday special. I mean this classic holiday special. Okay, so if everybody is ready, I am going to count 3, 2, 1, play. And then when I say play, we hit play. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. And yes, it does start out with an homage to the old 70s.
Should have been the Eric Bonahulk movie.
Yeah. But he wanted,
For those who are
because
joining,
that's the actual audio. The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
A special presentation. CBS.
Yes. Oh, I miss that. Every fan edit I ever do of the Star Wars movies is going to include the 20th Century Fox fanfare. I don't care about Disney.
You can't have that before, even though Disney owns Fox, which makes no sense. Anyway. Excited. I get goosebumps.
so everyone who is joining us, please enjoy the holiday.
Star Wars Holiday Special. I'll say it for
This
you.
is wait.
Episode 4.5. This is all new footage. This isn't from the original. This is this opening scroll is ingenious, and it was added by whoever did this edit. Chewbacca, no longer content with being just a wanted smuggler, is now seen as an all-out terrorist in the eyes of the evil Galactic Empire. Realizing that he has an actual family to feed, Chewbacca and Han Solo race to the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk in order to celebrate Life Day and to make up for the fact that they can never live a normal life again. Meanwhile, Princess Leia struggles with an unknown illness, causing her to slur her words and stumble when walking. Oh well, at least the cartoon is pretty cool. So I put up a video on my Klingon Cleric channel. This one's mine. This one is yours.
The one that was over this way was mine. Okay.
And it's a cooking video on wasaka berry pudding, which is what Netter and I are eating right now. It's a Wookiee tradition. And check my community tab for a link to the video, and you can see how to make it for yourself. Now, yes, they did use some stock footage from the movie, and then they filmed some new stuff, too.
See, I don't know. I could. It's like 2 Star Destroyers this time around.
Well, yeah. It's like higher stakes that way, right?
Back in the days when 2 Star Destroyers were high stakes.
Right, exactly. I'm not even sure that that's the same cockpit. Oh, he actually did. They didn't start the "it doesn't work" until Empire Strikes Back. Now, in the Thank the Maker cut, all the Wookiee growls and stuff have subtitles. I really wish they had done that in the original. You have to guess what they're talking about from context.
She misses her husband.
Looks like a Kmart Falcon cockpit, David Pensek said. Yeah, pretty much. Aged Boomer, the Falcon is faster than any ship in the Rebel fleet, after all. Yeah, when it works.
Yeah, except when it's as the transmission fail. I like it when they do that in science fiction movies when the transmission fails. They did that in Star Trek 3 as well with the Excelsior. I appreciate that.
And it's you see the computer and everything, and they're using 70s technology. It's actually very Star Wars in its way. Yes, Julio TV and
Dayton, Ohio.
Oh yeah, that is the original version of the Julio is also out on YouTube. It's the complete best original version of it.
I have cousins in Dayton.
Wait till they do the close up on Luke. It's hysterical. Look at that eye makeup.
I know, it's like he looks like a girl.
He does.
Mark
Before it
Hamill,
was
head
fashionable.
number 2.
He was better on Pigs in Space. Remember Pigs in Space?
Where he gargled Gershwin.
I mean, heck, I looked like Mark Hamill when I was a teen.
Yeah.
I was just as pretty.
I mean,
Is he trying to fix his dry ice machine?
yeah.
It's a picture, you schmuck.
Now it makes me wonder if he understands Wookiee, or if he's doing the same thing we are and trying to figure it out from context.
It's like talking to Lassie. Remember?
What's that? Timmy's down a well?
He's wearing more foundation than I am.
Yeah, but this is on fire, dude. That's important too. An asteroid storm. Okay, he hasn't missed a Life Day yet, so that means he goes home every year for Life Day, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So you think the rebel scum would know that?
Yes, it was before his car accident.
Rebels,
His car
The
accident was
Empire would know that.
the car accident was just before the filming of Empire Strikes Back.
That's why they had the creature on Hoth
Mess him up.
call him in the face so they could cover up his actual real scarring.
Although they had to add scars because he wasn't that badly scarred up.
Well, no, but yeah.
Okay, come on. That's kind of a funny
This
bit.
is
you
the
know?
comedy bit.
What'd you think of it?
It
What?
was a little too sweet,
A
but
little
other
too
than
sweet.
that, it was
yeah.
good.
It was very sweet, yeah.
And the pudding,
Mhm.
quote unquote, is very dense.
It
But
is.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's a boiled pudding.
I think if there wasn't as much topping on it, it would be fine.
Yeah, I kind of went a little heavy on that.
For presentation, you gotta make it look good for presentation.
Right. Oh. Hey, David Pensek, did you know Wampas bounce? you get that? It's kind of a deep dive.
I like Matanui. Timmy could stay in that well.
Yeah. Oh, that
He's the
little
bad
fucker
guys.
should stay in the well. He shouldn't have been down there in the first place. Sundan!
Not.
No, I don't. A wall screen customer. Yeah, that's exactly right. She did it by hand, solo.
Is that for the kids in the audience so they can follow along?
Yeah, probably. Life Day just sounds like it. They had to come up with a holiday on the spot. Yeah, pretty much.
How old was Troy when Troy saw this?
It must have been like 7 or 8. It's funny because I thought he died when the Star Destroyer or when the Death Star blew up. But
No.
he's back again.
If you watch the movie, you see him escaping in his TIE fighter.
No, not Vader. I meant the Imperial officer.
That guy. Well, he had a twin brother, obviously.
He had a twin brother, exactly.
His twin brother wants revenge against the rebels for the murder of his brother. You know, come on.
And this holiday special did, of course, inspire Rian Johnson to later on destroy the.
Maybe it snapped his mind, and that's why he did what he did, right? Again,
Be careful.
stock
You will
footage.
walk right
I'll be right back, guys.
I don't think it's stock footage. I think Lucasfilm went the extra mile and shot some original effects for this special. Troy's just being negative for the sake of being negative. I mean, look at that. I don't remember that from the original Star Wars. Come on. What do you think Harrison Ford got paid for this? I'm not muted, am I?
No, I can hear you, Boomer.
I got you.
I would hope he got paid quite a bit.
I bet this was a tougher shoot than Blade Runner. I'm just saying.
There it is. There we go.
So, Troy, could you give us a quick timestamp? We're about a half hour into this, right?
Yeah. Well, no, 11:46.
11 minutes, 47 seconds. 48, 49.
Yeah,
Really?
11:49.
Seem longer.
You smart ass. I fell for it.
Were you scared for Lumpy when you were a kid watching this?
I guess I got the tension, but I think I kind of always knew the good guys end up winning, so, you know.
They don't really win an empire. It's at best a stalemate. I mean,
Right? Actually, they got routed from Hoth.
they
Han
lost the
was
battle. They lost the
captured.
Battle of Hoth. They lost that battle.
They
had to flee.
absolutely did. Han is captured. Luke is almost killed.
Loses his hand.
Well, you're not a Skywalker if you don't lose your hand.
Okay,
You
I have
got a
question.
point. Well, actually, just anyone in Star Wars. Star Wars should have just been called A Farewell to Arms, right?
Yeah, good point.
Listen, I have to ask: is Warwick Davis playing Lumpy here?
I don't believe so, no.
Huh?
No, he
No.
would have been too young, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Because he was a kid when he did Return
Willow?
of the Jedi.
I'll Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
That item that he's giving her it's like a little hollow projector, but in reality it was a hair dryer, and my mom had one like that. It was one of those ones you open up and it had a hose inside and this inflatable thing you put over your head.
Were there Star Wars toy commercials on when this aired?
There were some, yes.
Uh-huh.
And here in the foreground you have a a bantha, and there was no bantha that was ever actually sold in the Star Wars line, which was frustrating.
What's in there? It's a ColecoVision.
One of those electronic products like I had.
It's ColecoVision.
I'm just saying, that's what it looks like.
I haven't
There
seen
was
one
no
of those.
there was no bantha toy in the 70s, but the fans are doing the best work, and now there is one.
Guess how drunk I am.
Yeah. She got into the holiday cheer a little bit early. Her makeup looks terrible too. Patty Maloney played Lumpy. Is that the same one that played the female ambiquad in Battlestar Galactica? I mean, not Battlestar Galactica. Buck Rogers, Big Al. Okay, so 3PO's there. He could translate for her.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
See, I always got the impression that Sondan probably could have had a really cool, series of adventures of his own,
They could explore that on the new Andor series.
You're right.
I'm hearing crickets. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. Show of hands in the chat. Is anyone watching Andor?
Big Al is.
Oh, is he?
No one's watching this show. I mean, it might be good, but no one's watching it. What?
Yeah, it's too narrow. It's kind of like trying to fit the 1992 Power of the Force figures into the old Kenner, two-person cockpit. You can't even get them in there like this.
Luke is not very prominent in this special, I just want to say.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
He's kind of the hero of the trilogy, and like he's like fixing a dry ice machine, and then we don't see him again.
That's supposed to be
pleased.
Kashyyyk, but you could see the Massassi Temple in the
It's ridiculous. I saw that in A New Hope. I know that's not Kashyyyk.
Exactly.
BS, if you ask me. What was this broadcast around Christmas time?
It was November 17th. It was just before Thanksgiving.
Did you freak out when you saw that as a kid? You saw the stormtroopers outside the door?
I kind of thought it was cool. That makes it Star Wars, You kind of need the wars part for it to be Star Wars.
And the skipper dressed, the Imperial dudes.
I'm sorry, was it 95, David? Yeah. I thought it was 92, but you're probably right, 95.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How come there's like good in Darth Vader, but there's no good in this guy or the two stormtroopers? I'm not really
because
okay.
Back in the 70s,
okay.
all the bad guys were bad. There wasn't any good in Darth Vader until Return of the Jedi.
All right.
I mean, these guys are totally playing them like, 1930s German soldiers,
So, shop papers. Other Wookiee? What other Wookiee? Wait, what is it? What are Wookiees? Okay.
Yeah. I just found my identification. There we go. There it is. Now here's where the tension mounts, because right behind that sliding panel is the Rebel communication device.
What's in there?
He was fooled by the fake facade over the view screen.
Is that Art Carney?
It is. In fact, in a little bit, they're going to be doing a honeymooners homage joke.
That kid will rip your arm off.
Are Wookiees like a canine type species?
Primate, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess they dropped the joke about he's supposed to show that Imperial officer how to use the hollow thing, and yeah, that's it. I'm gone. And he does the redo of hello ball. Will you get on with it? They redo that whole thing.
Address the ball. Yeah.
Address the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a scar under his eye. That's how you know he's a villain. He's got a scar.
Oh.
Yeah, they're generic villain henchmen. That's kind of the point of them.
He's trying. He wants to be their friend. Come on.
Just cheer when they get their asses handed to them. Yeah, that's pretty much right.
There should be like a Star Wars version of Spartacus about like a Wookiee uprising on the spice mines of Kessel. What do you think, huh? No? All right, I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is the one side story they had to keep in because it was better than everything else.
Wasn't the original version of Return of the Jedi where it was supposed to be this race of Wookiees?
It was supposed to be Kashyyyk and all that. Yeah, exactly.
Freepio's a jerk.
The animation house that did this is the same ones that did the Droids cartoon series on Saturday mornings. See how dilated their eyes are? That's how you know they're high. Yeah, General Dodonna. Yeah, and the actual actors did the voices here.
So there's not going to be a Space Julia Child segment.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm
That's
sorry,
okay, whatever.
I will homage her when I do my my cooking video for the what do you call it? The Bantha surprise.
Oh, is this the first time we're seeing a B-wing?
No, Y-wing. But
Y-wing?
no, we saw them in the Battle of Yavin. Mm-hmm. This is the only time I think that you see a two-seater Y-wing, though. The PANA system. Also, you notice that's Akbar's people, the Mon Calamari. This was before Empire Strikes Back.
You know,
And we didn't see Admiral Akbar until Return of the Jedi.
I have to say something. Admiral Akbar was named after an appetizer you get at an Italian restaurant. Come on.
Yeah.
Am I wrong here?
No.
I know the writer would say, "Oh, I got it from the Latin." I'm sure it's Latin for something fantastic or something. No,
right.
you took it from the thing you saw when you ordered at the restaurant. That thing ate the blaster blast.
Yep. And now you know it can separate the fuselage.
You know, I have to say, when the Disney was having that High Republic meeting and they mentioned dinosaurs, they probably thought of this special.
Maybe. So the Pana Dragon here that he's riding, I have one that I'm assembling to go with my Boba Fett holiday special figure. That voice even sounds like Tamara Morrison.
Yep.
I am Boba Fett.
Well, they probably picked Mark because he could sound like the old Boba Fett. I think he was picked for that reason.
Well, I think
right?
that in the book of Boba Fett, when he says, I am Boba Fett, I think he was specifically homaging this appearance.
No,
he
for
even
sure.
references something about, I'm a beast rider. I've ridden, creatures larger than a rancor. I think it was a reference to this.
Well,
I do think that's kind of cool, that idea that there's these buoyancy units underneath the Falcon. Yeah, the use of the items on his armor, it's the first time you see it here, and you don't really see it in live action again until
Jedi.
Book of Boba Fett.
No, you see him use the tie up in Jedi.
That's right, you do. Oh, hey, PJ. Since when could 3PO blink? Yeah, they carried that through in the Droids series as well.
What?
And Dingo says the T-47 Airspeeder is a great ship. You're right, it is.
I wonder if this was animated in Japan. Or
I
France.
actually don't know. I think so. It does have that
France
style,
too.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Or it could have been France, too. No, they did. Oh, my goodness.
And see, what's really wild, the way he's dressing down Chewbacca like that, and you can see he's got the Wookiee pelts on, right? Now, I like the fact that they use this kind of alien writing before they'd even kind of sorted out what Aurebesh looked like,
I don't like him.
I like how the monitor's able to play a cartoon, but then when he changes to a game, it's these like ColecoVision type, monochrome 16-bit, images.
And say hello to Maria T. Witelli, who has joined us in the chat.
Oh, hey Maria, how you doing? The link to the holiday special version that we're watching is pinned at the top. If you want to watch along with us, just let us know. We'll give you a timestamp where we're at. Maria, stop following me. And I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but the beast that he's riding changes color throughout this. So it's really hard for me to determine what color I'm supposed to make it.
Maybe it changes colors, like based on its mood or something.
This vehicle that the stormtroopers are in, they should have made a mini rig out of that. I would have loved that. I don't know, but your face is melting.
It kind of looks like Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison after a bender.
Boba, you're a hero and a faithful friend. You must come back with us. What's the matter with R2?
Matanui, I never noticed him blinking before, but not only does he blink, but he blinks, up and down like. And he's drawn with only 4 fingers. Actually, they all only have 4 fingers.
Is that the joke?
Yeah, I think that writing is supposed to be an early version of Auerbach.
They're trashing the place. It's like they're the feds.
Yeah, right?
Every time I watch this scene, I just want to go up and smack them.
I know.
I go, what the heck is wrong with you?
And if they find a Lego of the Capitol building, they're going to take it as evidence. And he's going to rip the head off of the bantha.
Don't!
He's a jerk.
Yep. I got to say, as a kid, I wanted one of those. I was like, why don't they sell those?
And it's not like he took off the head and then looked in the head and looked in the body. No, he just took it off and threw them both. I
Just
seriously want to
trashed
punch
it,
these
yeah.
guys every time I see them.
So they live in a tree house, right? And it's all supposed to be natural and everything. So to make it look like grass, they have AstroTurf.
Well, AstroTurf was popular in the 70s.
It was.
In fact, I seem to recall former president had some.
Uh-huh. He's like, this royally sucks.
This is not a good life day.
No, it's not.
Trash this room.
And he smiles like he did a service to Mala.
I seriously want to drop kick both these guys off of that balcony they got.
I know, but all they need is for reinforcements to be called, and they're screwed.
Seriously, people that act like that just make me so angry.
I know.
Destroying a child's room.
Yep.
What do you think you're going to find in there? because I had to say it 3 times in order for him to receive
Yeah.
it and obey it.
Well, that's how you know they mean business, right? They say it 3 times. These are not the rebels you're looking for. In the 70s, bathrooms had carpets. That's true, Sir Torrin. It's
The
unfortunately
stormtrooper's
true.
like, oh man, why do I gotta stay here?
Oh, boy. He doesn't see the shadow over him?
Did that scare you? You were afraid for Lumpy?
I kind of figured he was going to find some way out of it.
I don't remember this part.
Yeah, jerk.
This is usually the part of the show where
This is actually the best part. I love this. He tricks him into jumping. Oh, and Wilhelm scream.
He should have said, "Get off my plank," like plank
Right.
of wood instead of plane. You know.
Does Chewbacca have a mustache?
Kinda. Dingo says, I still remember being 13 and seeing Star Wars at the Australian premiere in October of 77. Changed my life. Yeah. Changed all of our lives, man. No kidding. A bunch of them just left. I mean, I guess he does the best with the material he's given, right? Yeah, get out of here. Peter Mayhew was a tall, tall guy. I mean, he should have kept the blaster.
Maybe there's like a tracker on it or something.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a mention of that, but if it was necessary for story reasons, there would be. The one thing I've never been able to figure out, and all the information out there kind of contradicts, is Itchy Mala's father or Chewbacca's father?
I always got the impression it was Mala's. They had the same nose.
Does Mala look something like Suzanne Summers a little bit? I'm seeing a little bit of resemblance there.
Okay.
What?
Maybe take it a little bit easier on that brandy.
If Suzanne Summers was a Wookiee, I'm just saying that'd be Mala, I think. Yeah. No?
That's very generous of you.
You know
I think
something?
you've had enough to drink.
Whatever.
Yeah, you know how to make a guy feel welcome. Hey, Catman, how's it going? He's the literal carpetbagger.
That guy does not look like he's fun at parties.
Big Al said Itchy is Chewbacca's father.
That's how I've always thought of it.
How do you know that? Where'd you find that information so that we know?
We have great communication on that. Is this a report about the missing trooper? It is, sir. Trooper 34711 was here with 3 other men. They left and he remained. As soon as they had gone, he packed a lot of food to this house and he robbed me blind. Then he jumped off of the hill. Very well, we'll send on a switch flight. Thank you.
Do you think they got the code for the station for the Death Star 2 from that trooper they killed, and it was in the identification, the code they had to use in Return of the Jedi?
Nah, I doubt it.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to reach there, I guess. Just trying to make a point that hadn't been for Life Day, nothing would be the same, you know? I can't believe they took out the Jefferson.
What?
You know how they should end this? Instead of this song, it should be Jefferson Starship on the stage playing.
Oh, gosh, man.
I'm just saying, I feel cheated with this version. I'm just telling you this right now.
Well, you just want
You know, this is...
the white one.
Yeah.
And I'm putting this down here on the floor. Okay. Yeah, so now you can show those off.
You know what I would say to him? Life Day isn't for droids.
We don't serve your kind here.
I'm just saying it's not for them. They're not really alive. Okay, I'm just saying it's not. Can you please not come to the ceremony and mind your business?
See,
you're not alive, 3PO. You're a bunch of circuits. It's not the same thing.
He's basically saying that. He realizes that.
No, it's a bunch of BS.
Oh, please don't sing.
I know.
Yeah, either she's short or he's tall.
Both.
No matter how different we appear, we're all the same in our struggle against the powers of evil and darkness. I hope that this day will always be a day of joy because we can...
Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Is Christmas tree?
Well, I guess they have a Life Day tree.
No. You were not in Tree of Life. That's Brad Pitt.
I made Life Day orbs, just like they got on their table. Wow.
Can you show them the plate what it looks like?
Oh, yeah. Got a whole plate of them.
We didn't do that to make it all pretty without you showing them.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, Boomer, what do you think would have happened if Terrence Malick directed the Star Wars movie?
Terrence Malick. Oh, I don't know, man. What do you think? Have I seen a Terrence Malick movie? I must have. Hold on.
And I kind of wish that we had gotten a Kashyyyk home, play set too.
Oh, dude, he did Thin Red Line.
Yeah, the joke is it would be like, shots of wheat, for like 20 minutes.
James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader. Peter Mayhew was Chewbacca. That was this is one of the Japanese commercials.
I want to see what. Holy cow!
I fell asleep. What happened? Are you joking? Or are you serious?
Is this the Star Wars experience at Tokyo Disneyland?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just-
So there you go. That's the Star Wars Holiday Special in brief.
Do you know what this special resulted in? 20th Century Fox saying, "We're pretty good at this TV thing. We should start our own network television station." I think that's what happened there.
So, so a couple of my holiday special action figures that would have existed had the show done better. This is Luke Skywalker from the holiday special. No helmet. And what else we got? We got I already showed you the Boba Fett with let's see if you can see it. Firing rocket. That's an actual firing rocket. Yes, it is. And
You'll shoot your eye out.
shoot your eye out. That's right. Chewbacca Life Day. And of course, Mala with her apron.
Mm-hmm.
He made that one.
I did by hand. And Itchy with his cane. And Lumpy with his model X-Wing fighter.
Is Lumpy half price since he's so short?
You know, it's funny because there's a theory that you know about the vinyl cape Jawa, right?
Yeah.
So the first run of Jawas had vinyl capes, and then they pulled them from the market and started putting them out with cloth good robes. And the theory behind why they did that was because the vinyl capes matched all the other figures, the Vader and Obi-Wan and Princess Leia. Everyone who had capes had those vinyl capes. But because they were smaller figures, they wanted to justify it being the same cost as all the other figures. So they figured by giving it a cloth goods cape, it seemed to make it seem like it was worth more. That's what people suspect is the case. And, of course, after you do a mail away for with 4 proofs of purchase, you would get an Akmina figure. We didn't even get to they completely cut out.
No B. Arthur, man. What's up with that?
I know.
No Diane Carroll, no.
Yeah, well, the Diane Carroll is probably best cut out, to be honest.
Yeah, but still.
The existence of a mind evaporator, I think if you're going to call it a mind evaporator, I think that's less a recreational device and more of a torture device.
It was the Star Wars version of the metaverse.
Yeah, it was.
Hang on.
Yeah, bot. Thanks, buddy. Speaking of...
Because you mentioned Diane Carroll.
Speaking of Diane Carroll and the mind evaporator, right? Exactly. Man, oh man. We had to get the bots in here. But yeah, I was showing off, and I'll have a video coming up of all of these that I'm doing. So there never was a... let me go.
Evelyn Hampton says she fell asleep. What happened? Luke Skywalker developed a very bad addiction to this green walrus milk. Okay.
Right. Exactly. So I was saying during the film, there was no Bantha released during the original run.
It's like the coolest toy ever. What is that?
This is a Stan Solo custom Bantha figure. I will be doing a video about this in the coming weeks. It just arrived, and I'm very, very excited about it. And, yeah, there wasn't a Bantha released until, like, after the year 2000 in the vintage collection. And everyone was like, we should have gotten one of these back in the 70s. So yeah, Tim Hayes is going Stan Solo. Yeah. So yeah, I actually had forgotten that I'd ordered this, and then it showed up, and I was like, dude. Oh, speaking of Stan Solo, That's little Stan right there.
Look at that.
Yeah. And it looks so like it could have been done in the 70s. I love this. It's just classic. In fact, when you even look at the artwork on the side, it's clearly inspired by the dewback. This is, if you compare this to the box art for the dewback, it's exactly right. I mean, it's spot on. Stan Solo does great work. And as far as action figures go, I think the only one that comes close to Stan Solo's quality is, like I said, Pro System figures. That's where this one comes from. I'll be doing a video about this because not only is it a Luke with I display it without because it's supposed to be from the holiday special, but it's got a removable helmet, which the original figure didn't have. You'll notice he also has bare hands, as he does in the holiday special, but there's alternate arms that you can put on it that have gloves on, including one that's like a crooked arm to hold the helmet. It's like, and unlike the original X-Wing pilot Luke, it comes with a lightsaber. So, and then I just made the custom artwork for it because I want it to be a holiday special figure. But I'll be doing videos about all of those in the coming weeks. Just because I love this idea of things that never were that should have been. And isn't that just a regular figure of Luke? No, because like I said, the original X-Wing pilot Luke had a molded helmet on it. You couldn't take off of him. And he certainly didn't have interchangeable hands so that you could have gloves or not have gloves, So there's a lot of really cool things about this figure that are different from the original custom. And of course, this is also from Pro System. It comes with the sidearm that he had, that the Mandalorian actually uses in the first season of The Mandalorian. It's a disintegrator ray. No disintegrations. And it really does. I'll take it out of the box. It actually does have a firing backpack. I'm not gonna. It fires really good. I would lose this if I were to shoot it off. But yeah, we always wanted this as kids, and because of Battlestar Galactica, we couldn't have a firing backpack. And now the fans are doing the best work and putting them out. And so I have a rocket firing original appearance from the holiday special. So yeah, there you go.
You got many posts behind you.
Yeah, I have them there every week. I always have.
I'm just noticing.
I just don't usually go for a zoom in like that. And oh yeah, wait a minute.
Now, I've shown this off once before on another stream. This is a replica of Han's blaster.
Is that the toy?
No, this is a replica.
Okay. Because I'll tell you, that original toy that made noise looked really good. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was good. But, hey, Wagasashi's Tea House. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend.
And I got this from I bought this from a guy who also made me a model of the Serenity. Well, he didn't make it for me. He made it, and I bought it. That was a replica of the Serenity from Firefly. And
how big is it?
It's pretty. I'd say it's probably about as big as this, really. But,
wow!
I can go and get it in a moment.
Yeah.
And, it was I bought them at the last con I attended before, and the virus of unknown origins.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that blaster is dope.
It is, and as you can see from if I wanted to
Uh-huh.
convert this to actually fire, I probably could. But no, I'm not going
There
to.
is a channel that I follow, Brandon Herrera, who does, you know him? He does gun memes, and he does whoops. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to bounce you out of the stream. He does gun memes, and he shows off different guns in his collection and so forth. The first video of his that I saw, he was dressed as Han Solo, and he was firing off a replica Han Solo blaster that fired 22s.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It's a great video. Maybe I'll share it on my community tab sometime soon, because it's just a great video. And he clearly knows his Star Wars lore. He whenever he does one thing he does every time he shows off a gun is he does what he calls the White Claw penetration test. He puts up cans of White Claw and shoots them. Okay, because White Claw, that's what it's good for. It's good for shooting. But he says, I'm not going to do that because this is a Star Wars video. So he puts up 4 bottles of blue milk and 2 bottles of green milk. And the 2 green ones are on either side. And he shoots, bang, 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 bang. And he shoots the 4 bottles of blue milk. And he says, now you are probably wondering, why did I only shoot the blue milk and not the green milk? The reason is because the blue milk is the only one that appeared in a Star Wars movie. I'm like, this guy's got my sub. This guy's got my sub. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of a goof that way. I even had thought about at one point. I was thinking this was back before 3D printing and even resin casting. The cost of replicas has come down a lot. When I was younger, I was really looking at maybe getting a Mauser airsoft and converting it into a Han Solo blaster.
Cool.
It still probably would have been a little costly, but not as costly as buying a real Mauser. I mean, that would be crazy.
How did they design the one for the original movie? Is that what they did? Like they got
Yep. It was a converted a German Mauser. It was that broom handle, grip. Yep, that's what that was. Just like the Stormtrooper guns, British Sten guns. Yep, with the stock on the side removed. And actually they removed the stock as well, but in some of the promotional pictures you can see it. And in fact, there's one of Luke where he's got the stock, and he's firing it upwards. You don't see it in the movie that way though. In fact, going back to the holiday special, it was cut out in the version we just watched, but in the ceremony part, they do a close-up on him and you can see his lightsaber hanging on his belt. And it is not the same lightsaber you see in Star Wars, because all the props had been sent back to the properties manager and they didn't have access to it. So somebody quickly threw to get, oh, look at that, the Serenity. Is that a 3D print?
I don't believe that it is. Possibly. I didn't ask.
It's
I didn't
really
think to ask.
impressive, whatever it is. However
so
it
busy
is, very
going.
impressive.
Very I'm not really showing it very well. It was very detailed.
When I saw the Razor Crest, I thought it looked so much like the Serenity. I was like, if Hasbro's going to do a Razor Crest, they should do a Serenity in the same scale, Wow. Dingo says that April Storm is an Australian manufacturer on Etsy that makes awesome Star Wars weapons and Mando stuff for 3D printers, and can make them to order. Yeah, there's I don't remember who it is, but there's one that does a lot of great 3D prints that I've been getting. Prints diorama bits. So I've been buying stuff for the Jabba's throne room. And next year when the Arch and Throne arrive from Hasbro, I'm going to put it together with the Han Solo and Carbonite alcove and these custom printed pieces and do the whole throne room, you know. But yeah, because I'm just like that. I make all these. I call them dioramas because it sounds more adult, but they're really big play sets. Is what they really are. The kind of play sets I wanted as a kid and they never had. I mean, let's face it, the best Cantina play set we ever had was that little plastic one with the swinging doors and the cardboard backdrop, you know. I mean, meh. But anyway, yeah. So in the coming weeks, I will definitely be doing a bunch of toy videos about the custom holiday action figures that I have. I've got one cooking video up on the Klingon Cleric for Life Day, and I'll be doing 2 more, hopefully this weekend. Yeah, I'm really trying to put out the content as much as possible. I'm going to do a review of the Stan Solo Bantha, because I kind of feel like I got to justify the cost. I mean, you know, so I can say
that's cool, though. It's cool.
Yeah, right? In fact, next year, there's a new wave of retros coming out that's including the Sand People, you know, from the original 70s line. So I'll have something to display with it, you know. But, yeah, so that's... So, in all honesty, panel, how was this version of the holiday special? What'd you think of it?
Okay, this was better than the other ones I've had to be forced to watch.
This is, you know, like 45, what is it? 40, yeah, 45.
Well, it took out all the extra stupid stuff.
It takes out all of the...
Took out the songs, man.
It took out the Wookiee porn.
Yeah.
It took out the porn Diane Carroll sing-along.
Yeah, it took out the, there was this weird, what was it, Cirque du Soleil bit where these acrobats come in and do this holographic, you know, gymnastic thing. It's just a time waster. It's a huge time waster. That's really what it is. They bulked up the 45 minutes of live action. They bulked up to 2 hours with commercials, with all the variety show stuff. And yeah, there's some good songs, you know, like you said, Jefferson Starship and whatnot. But and yeah, I mean the Harvey Korman stuff and the Cantina stuff is good and funny, but I understand why this particular version cut it out. But who knows? Maybe next year we'll do the full, complete, unedited version. And those that suddenly feel like they got the blue flu that night, I'll totally understand. You know? But and you know, from the chat, any of you 8 that are still left, you know, I'd love to know what you thought of this version of the holiday special, or your thoughts about the holiday special in general. But yeah. Anyway, so looking forward to the rest of the week. Deleted scenes. What have you got coming up this week, if anything?
Okay. Hopefully, I will be joining both the Rambling Canuck and Jedi Bill tomorrow night for karaoke Saturday night. And if Bill is doing his Sunday Western show, I should be there with him for that as well. I believe he is doing Hondo, the John Wayne film from 1953, based on the Louis L'Amour novel. And there will be content coming up on my channel, some movie reviews, and maybe some other surprises. So stay tuned.
Cool. There you go.
And
I know that tomorrow, over on Big Al Presents, we will be. He had a rewatch earlier this evening of the. I don't remember which soundtrack version it was of Legend. Tomorrow he will be doing the Tangerine Dream version of Legend over on his channel, 9 o'clock Central. That's 10 o'clock Eastern on Big Al Presents. Let's see. Tomorrow, no, that is tomorrow night. Sunday night, what do we got going on, Age of Boomer?
Geeky Geezers.
Geeky Geezers. And want to give us any previews for what we might be talking about?
In space, no one can hear you. This is where you're supposed to scream. Never mind. Anyway, it was a... No, we're going to do a good old days on Alien, because we've never talked about Alien. And I figure you were telling me, and I'm like, we're going to do Alien. Why not? Okay? We've never talked about Alien. Yeah. And then we have some news this week. For instance, looks like Disney's going to have some competition in the Marvel streaming series sphere. Because now the Sony-verse is going to be, the Sony Spider-Verse is getting TV shows.
We are going to be talking a lot about the Marvel universe.
Marvel.
A lot about the DC universe, too. And possibly a pivot story somewhere between the two of them. But yeah, there's been a lot of interesting news. In fact, I was challenged to figure out how to fit everything into that thumbnail. So that'll be pretty.
Oh, and the new Bullet Spielberg's making some interesting casting news.
I find that very interesting. Did you like how I edited?
You did a good job with that. I was like, and I'm like, do I see that actor in the role? Maybe we'll see. I mean, I do like that actor. I think he's underrated, but we'll see.
Have you seen? Oh, what was the? Was it Limitless? Was that the name of the movie?
That was it. That was the one. We're talking
then
about
they
Bradley
did
Cooper.
A series. They did a series.
On the series too. Yeah, I saw the movie.
I thought the series was brilliant too. It really was a great idea. Like he takes over the business. Well, I guess that's kind of a spoiler for the movie.
The company,
He doesn't end up dead, and he creates a new formula because he's got all the brains now and everything. That's a good show and a good series. But yeah.
Bullet, though, we'll see. It's an interesting movie Spielberg's taking on. Is it a sequel or is it a remake? I'm kind of curious which it is, but
this is the first I'm hearing of it. So
I can see it going either way.
Steven Spielberg's doing a Bullet movie based on the Steve McQueen movie. It's going to have the character from the Steve McQueen movie. I'm not sure if it's a sequel or a remake, though.
Part of me is hoping it's a sequel, but who knows?
I could go either way. I mean, it'll be different regardless. Frankly, I thought the original just scratched the surface. He can continue on from there and dealing with the same problems, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious about this one. I think it's interesting. Steven Spielberg's doing a Bullet movie, so I'm game. So I'll give it a look. Yeah.
Yep. And let's see, Monday and Wednesday soundtracks with Birdman.
I think we're going to be doing, if he's up to it, I think we're going to be doing our annual night before Thanksgiving special. I'm sure guests are welcome besides just me and him, but we'll definitely be doing it. We do a Thanksgiving Eve special once a year where I do rants about the Black Friday deals going on that week.
I'm always completely clueless about them because I never even pay attention.
They haven't been completely terrible this year on the gaming front. I thought they were going to be worse than they ended up being, but still not great.
Well, they're probably giving good deals. You just can't get any of the things because they don't have them.
Little warning for those of you who want to get Black Friday deals. Check the ads ahead of time. Check when the sale starts, because sometimes it starts Black Friday week, which means it starts Sunday, not on Thursday or Friday. And also, Sunday pretty much means at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. And by that, I mean it's really an hour earlier than that because they always jump the gun. So there you go if you're shopping online.
Wow. There you
Be vigilant. That's all I'm going to say if you want to get the special something you see in the ad.
Nice. Okay, so that's Wednesday. Do you know if there's anything Tuesday on Mr. Mashik's channel?
I believe he will be having a discussion of the recent the Batman movie with this one star Robert Pattinson.
We'll be talking a little bit about that on Sunday too. So
okay, so that'll be interesting.
All
right,
there we go. So that'll be a little primer for Mr. Matchstick, and of course we'll remind everybody about that tomorrow too, or Sunday too, and then that brings us to next Friday. Next Friday, I'm having my annual watch party of. So we're going to be doing another watch party next week. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And when
is that? On Friday or Thursday?
That is Friday.
Okay.
That's Friday. Yeah, no, I don't want to do it on Thursday. We'll do it on Friday, and you can tune in if you just want to see Troy cry at the end, because I do every time. Every time. Like what's his name? The guy that ruined Mutu.
He who will not be named.
Okay, I can't remember his name, so whatever. The big crybaby. But at least, this one really does hit me in the feels. But, yeah, every year for Thanksgiving, I have to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Where is your other hand? It's between two pillows. That's not a pillow.
It's interesting. I have a digital copy of that, so I can probably join along. What's interesting about that copy is I got a Blu-ray set that came with the 5 movies on Blu-ray, but also digital copies. Mm-hmm. And while I would argue it's always great to own physical media, if you could own both, even better, And if you get the deal where it comes with both.
Or you get the physical media and you make your own digital version. I can do that too. See?
You're talking wizardry to me.
I'm talking fair use. If you pay for it and you own it, you can make whatever version of it you want. That's the way fair use works. And then that brings us around to Saturday on Netter's Network. What are we watching a week from tomorrow on Netter's Network? Netter's Netter. She's gonna double check because she's not remembering either. Is it
Caddyshack?
Caddyshack.
Oh, that's a good follow-up to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I think. Yeah,
it really is, isn't it? I hadn't thought about that before, but it is a good follow-up to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That works pretty well. Yeah.
Well, then it's next to my seat.
Well, it's the next inner seat, but it just by coincidence works out pretty well. Yeah.
It's like the only time I'm going out of my alphabetical order for my movies is 2 weeks after that for my birthday weekend, since it's my weekend to show a vid. I'm going to be doing a sort of birthday movie. I'm going to be doing Liar Liar, which actually is predicated on a
birthday wish. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's actually really good. That's back when Jim Carrey was actually funny.
He was funny in Sonic 2.
I didn't see it. I'll take your word for it.
It's kind of a return to form from those Sonic movies.
Good. I'm glad he did. He did. Somebody posted some footage from, like a stand-up routine or whatever he did, and it was, he was doing like the weird faces and stuff like that. And I just realized what muscular control he had in his face. I mean, you see it in the movie Mask too, right? Because a lot of that is just practical effects. Some of it got augmented by the animation and whatnot, but by and large, it was in camera. Just his ability to do all that. So talented. And one of the comments on it was, man, what happened to him? And I'm like, yeah, he went through a patch there. But, I guess everybody does, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it goes. Anyway, so that's what we got in the coming weeks. And, yeah. So, I said this was going to be a short night, but we're really only 15 minutes short. So, oh well. That's how it goes. Going into a holiday week. God, this really was a rough week. Flat tire, craziness at work.
Me being sick.
Netter's been sick all
I'm
week,
sorry,
guys.
Netter.
Yeah.
I'm better now.
She is better, but it's still miserable, And let me tell you, I had one day, Tuesday, the computer system at work went down. Not the computer, but the computer system. So nobody could get any orders in, could look up any statuses, nothing. And it was really a wasted day. So literally all the rest of the week, it's been catch up, and it's just been a nightmare. It really has been. But Evelyn said, sorry that you don't feel well, Netter.
Well, I'm better now, but I had the flu all week, and this is the first day I felt human.
And she doesn't stop. You know, I mean, she's woman, hear her roar, but it's not just that. She's a little bit of a workaholic. And the fact that she works from home makes it like she feels she has no excuse to like go lie down. It's like you can take up. No, I'm here.
I worked all week because I work from home, so I just shuffled from
She thinks that because she's across the hallway from her bed, it's like she's resting, and it's not. It's like, oh gosh. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Deleted scenes. Any last words before we end?
Well, Netter is 18, if I remember that correctly. 18 away from 200 subs.
Yes.
And
17 now. I got another one.
All right, on. And I'm 2 away from 150. So
guys, I was.
Go and sub, not just to everybody who was on the panel tonight, but to everybody who was in the chat as well. We had some great people with us tonight. Wakasashi's Tea House, Storyman Jack just joined us. So please, Max World Entertainment was here earlier. So please go into and sub to all of them. And I also dropped Brandon Herrera's link in the chat. So if you're not subbed to him, please go over and
if you're at all a 2A gun enthusiast, definitely check him out. Even if you're not, it's a fun and funny channel. But if nothing else, just to honor all the work that Deleted Scenes does, dropping all those links. Please go follow them. But I was serious in my monologue when I said Netter and Agent Boomer and Deleted Scenes are such troopers for, hanging out through this horrible rewatch that I think if they didn't earn your subscription tonight, I can't imagine what they could do to earn it. Definitely.
But we made fun, but it wasn't so bad.
Yes, she did.
Up for that.
Yes, she did. When I did them, they didn't turn out. They went to mush, and Netter remade them, and they turned out. So there you go. But Boomer, any last words on this Life Day?
Nothing. Just be grateful. Be grateful for the life you have. Especially if there's wasaki berry pudding involved, right?
There you go.
Not
wasaki, not Wakasashi's Tea House, but wasabi
pudding. That's what I said.
there you go.
I don't know. Whatever. Wasabi berry pudding. Anyway.
You're good, man. And Netter, you know how it goes.
Yep. And I gotta get closer to the mic so people can hear me. I always say that we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good, and fun, and we enjoy it. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us, dropping comments and questions and trivia and what have you in the chat. It's more like, we're all together in one room rather than over lots of time and space.
Yeah.
And, you guys aren't just friends to us. You're family, too. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and we want to just thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dingo, thanks for the subscriptions to Deleted Scenes and Netter. You're good people. You really are. I don't know. I feel like maybe because we didn't get to hear Carrie Fisher sing, maybe I should sing "We Celebrate This Day of Day." No, I actually don't know all the words, and I'm not near drunk enough. Not nearly drunk enough. So.
Do you want to sleep in the car?
I'll freeze to death.
Yeah.
I'll freeze before my tauntaun reaches the next marker. No. Anyway, guys, no, seriously, thanks so much. I know it's silly. I know it's a terrible rewatch, but I think it's fun in a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of way. There's also some nostalgia there for me in the whole Star Wars thing. And guys, thanks for hanging out with us and suffering through it with us. You guys are awesome. Like Netter said, like family. Take care and happy Life Day, everyone.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.